The most religious zodiac signs. They are always under God's protection. There are signs whose souls are tuned to higher vibrations from birth. Their actions are often incomprehensible to others, but inside there is silence, peace, and a deep connection with the invisible. These people feel God's hand even where others see only chaos. Their lives are filled with signs from above, inner revelations, and spiritual fortitude. They do not always take the easy path, but there is protection above them. Invisible, powerful, indestructible. It is them, the most religious in spirit, that God leads through trials, protecting them from invisible evil. Today I will reveal which zodiac signs have this ancient connection with the Supreme. Who feels prayer even in silence, whose heart shines where others lose their way. Perhaps one of them is you. Watch the video to the end, and you will find out which souls are always protected, even if they themselves do not realize it. And if you want to continue to receive knowledge covered in mystery, subscribe to the channel. Here you can hear what ordinary ears do not hear. The first sign is Capricorn. There is always room for higher powers in the life of Capricorn, no matter how quietly they whisper in his soul. This sign shows its faith not through words, but through actions. He never puts on display his devotion to God, but his path is always illuminated by an inner light that gives him a sense of deep spiritual connection. Even in the most difficult moments, when it seems that the whole world is retreating, Capricorn feels that he is being led by an invisible hand. He is always protected, and this protection is felt not as simple luck or chance, but as a result of spiritual strength that gives him the strength to go through any trials. He builds his life on a solid foundation of morals and principles, feeling a deep connection with higher truths. His religiosity is manifested in daily discipline, in the seriousness of intentions, in respect for traditions. Capricorn does not seek fame and does not look for signs of his spiritual path. He just goes, and his trace leaves a deep mark on the world, because his actions carry a sincere faith in a higher plan. The fate of Capricorn resembles the ancient spiritual wisdom. You are not alone, even when it seems that you are alone. This expression is like a prophecy for this sign. In his life there is always someone who protects, who guides his steps. His difficulties become his inner strength, his trials enrich him spiritually. His whole life is a poem written by his own heart, and each chapter has a meaning, even if it is not always visible at the time of writing. He forgives, not because it is easy for him, but because he understands forgiveness is part of his path. Capricorn's religiosity is not dogmatic or imposed. It is the awareness that his actions and deeds affect the world and those around him. Capricorn teaches others through example. His life lessons are stories that penetrate deep into people's hearts. Sometimes his path seems difficult and lonely, but there is always support nearby, an invisible but tangible force. And it is this force that allows him to overcome all barriers and move forward, despite any circumstances. There are moments when Capricorn feels his soul filled with a special light energy, as if grace descends upon him. At such moments, he knows that he is not alone, and that this light, this inner strength is his true charm. He may face difficulties, but he always comes out of them stronger. This is not just protection, it is a consequence of the fact that his faith invisibly supports him throughout the entire path. The second sign is Taurus. Taurus is a sign that harmoniously combines the spiritual and the material. Their faith is always simple and genuine. For Taurus, spirituality is not only prayers and rituals, but also actions aimed at the benefit of others. They never seek glory for their good deeds, because they are satisfied with the inner satisfaction they get from helping others. God's protection is felt in Taurus's life as something natural, requiring no proof or words. Faith for them is an inner core that gives them the strength to move forward, despite all the difficulties. For Taurus, religiosity is not abstract ideals, but concrete steps aimed at improving their world. Their faith is manifested in caring for loved ones, in the desire to create harmony in their environment. This is a person who believes that every action they take matters, that their actions can lead to a brighter future. And this is where Taurus has a special protection. His kindness and desire for order in the world attract favorable circumstances to him. Taurus may not openly demonstrate his religiosity, but his life is a living embodiment of faith. There is no room for fuss or uncertainty in him. He is always confident in his actions and deeds. His world is filled with practical wisdom, and he knows how to apply spiritual principles in everyday life. His religiosity is the desire to create harmony not only within himself, but also in his environment. He sees God in the simplest things, be it home care, caring for his family, or helping those in need. His connection with higher powers can be felt in silence, in the peace that he brings to the world. This is the person who knows how to listen and hear, who does not rush and does not hurry, but gives time for reflection and deep perception. Faith for him is not a race for results, but a smooth movement towards his goal. And, as strange as it may sound, it is through their commitment to simplicity and tranquility that Taurus feels God's special protection. This sign lives in a world where every day is a step towards harmony, and every action is an embodiment of their inner faith. Taurus feels protection in their inner peace. In moments of doubt and difficulty, they turn to themselves, to their soul, and in these moments they feel the presence of an invisible force that gives them strength and confidence. They may not talk about their faith, but their life is the best proof that God's protection is always there. This sign has an incredible ability to create, and their spiritual strength is expressed in the fact that they build a world around themselves filled with harmony and love. The third sign is Virgo. He does not advertise his faith. He does not need external approval and does not seek confirmation. Virgo's faith is like carefully ironed fabric, without creases, without stains, without ostentatious luxury. This is a sign that prays with actions. He does not say prayers out loud, he embodies them in everyday trifles. A made bed, caring for elders, a word spoken at the right time, a job perfectly done, all this is his service. And it is for such a quiet but absolute loyalty to the order of the world that he receives protection from God himself. When others' inner core breaks, it is not fear that triggers him, but composure. In an extreme situation, he does not tear his hair out. He finds a logical solution, and this solution often turns out to be saving not only for him, but also for those around him. His faith is not an emotion. It is a code, internal, invisible, built into the very structure of his being. He feels where is right and where is destructive. He does not take abrupt steps. He does not throw words. Everything that comes from him is verified, pure, brings creation. Because he knows, God is in the details. When trouble looms, it cannot break through his field. Because heaven is always above him. Because his thoughts are not about himself, but about putting things in order, so that everything works, so that everything around is safe. And the world responds to him in the same way. He can miraculously avoid a catastrophe, pass by an illness, be in the right place at the right time. People say, luck, and this is divine protection, earned by the daily work of the soul. Virgo often puts himself in last place, because he believes, the main thing is duty. But it is for this that God raises him up in those moments when it seems that there is no more strength. Help comes when he does not even ask, he just continues to do. From above they see everything, every unnoticed victim, every suppressed offense, every patience. This sign can take a hit, not for glory, but because it is right. And God always protects those who put truth above profit. Miracles in the life of Virgo do not appear in flashes, but as a chain of perfectly aligned circumstances. One person, one letter, one decision, and everything evens out. And he knows, this is not a coincidence. This is help. This is a sign. This is support. He simply thanks, in his mind, in his heart, without words. And continues to live, to do, to create, to serve, because he is a priest of order. His faith is not a decoration, but a system of coordinates. And while he is in it, neither storm nor chaos is terrible for him. Because above him there is always a dome of light. and beneath him is a path paved with the invisible steps of God. The fourth sign is Aries. His faith is fiery, not meek, not silent, not humble. It is like a cry to the sky, like a piercing look into the very essence. The representative of this sign does not bow down from fear, he rises from inner conviction. His prayer is not a plea, but a challenge. I go if you are with me. And God is always with him, because Aries does not play, does not dissemble, does not hide. His faith is alive, not ritual, not memorized. It is like a pulse, and in this pulse there is fire. Fate throws him challenges more often than others, but every time he goes to meet the unknown, clenching his teeth, God walks next to him. He does not ask for handouts. He takes responsibility, even if he does not know what will happen next. He acts, and it is for this, for the audacity of the heart, for the truth in the intention, that he is protected by a force that cannot be explained in words. Because Aries' faith is not from a textbook, it is from life itself. This sign is not inclined to think long about meaning, but it lives by this meaning. It does not exchange itself. It does not stray from the path. Even when it breaks, even when it is alone, even when the whole world is against it, it goes on. Its trust in the highest is an instinct, deep, ancient, unbending. And it knows, when it is on the edge, someone is holding its shoulder. It feels it, and that is why it does not fall. Aries often finds itself in the role of the one who goes first. Through fire, through pain, through the unknown. And that is why it is given more power, more angels, more light, because it carries the impulse. It opens the way, and it does not do it for the sake of praise, but because it cannot do otherwise. Its mission is to be a living torch, and that is why its fire is guarded, because it is needed. Sometimes it doubts, sometimes it breaks down, sometimes it tears everything to the ground, but each time it returns to itself, to God, to the truth. His repentance is loud, his forgiveness is instant, his love is pure, and that is why God does not abandon him, because this sign goes to the end, and those who do not turn away are led. He can see signs in dreams, on the road, in the eyes of passers-by. He may not be able to explain them, but he feels them. He does not need words. He acts on the call of the heart, and his heart is a direct channel, pure, sincere, fearless. God is not just next to him, he walks next to him, shoulder to shoulder, because people like Aries have no masks, and no fear. And it is precisely such souls that become not just believers, they become warriors of light, even if they themselves do not know it.